All right, ladies, this one is for you because I keep reading online in different YouTube videos about women being approached by men for dating, but really what the men just want is some easy sex. They don't have the relational skills or the interest to be in a relationship. And it's really disappointing because they come on really nice and sweet and they say they want to date you, but they really just want to mate with you. They really just want to fuck you. So, what are some things you can look for right off the bat to distinguish a man who's worthy of dating and relationship ready and versus someone who just wants sex? Like, how can you, first of all, let's see what are the signs of a fuckboy, and also if a man does want a relationship, what are the skills that he needs to be really a solid man in a relationship? Okay, so a fuckboy is going to start talking about sex right away. He's going to want to come right over or have you go right over, and he's just going to want to have sex with you. I talk to a lot of men, and I talk to men in relationships, and men tell me about women that they're dating. And when a man is interested in a woman, he's taking her on dates, and he's not pushing for the sex. He may want a kiss or something, but often he might not even try for that. He wants to get to know her. And the woman is going to feel like he's going to be physically in your space a lot. He wants to be around you. So he's going to try hard to get to see you, but not in your apartment and not in his apartment. He's taking you out on dates. It could be the movies, it could be coffee, it could even involve some phone calls. And he's interested in trying to get to know you. He's not talking about sex, and he's not trying to plunder you for narcissistic supply information. He's not going to ask you what are your fears or what are your childhood. Like it's not going to feel like he's prying. He's going to be interested, like what kind of music do you like, what do you like to eat, where do you like to go, and he's going to be interested in you, and it's going to feel like he's interested in you. The fuck boys are just a lot of talk. You have to be careful here because we are biologically programmed to be trusting and to believe in words. So you're going to have to use your mind really strong at the beginning. And every time there are words that are not backed by action, the red light should go off. Like I had this client recently who I had a really good appointment with him. And then a week later he texted me. He couldn't stop thinking about me. Okay, he didn't make another appointment. This is what I want you to get. He didn't make another appointment. Instead, he starts texting me how great it was and how much he wants to date me and we would make such a hot couple. And I said, well, make another appointment and we can talk about it. He didn't make another appointment. He just wanted to see if we could get together again. Okay, now I didn't fall for that because I'm like, show up. There was no action. So you want to evaluate men based on their actions, not their talk. That's why I suggest don't do the calls. Just meet him somewhere and don't do any calls. Just see what he does. You're going to have to be really patient and see what he does, not what he writes. Because writing is this: no effort, no investment. Wanting to come over, that's just you servicing his dick. Or you coming over, even better. He doesn't even have to drive to get his dick serviced. So that if every time we fall for a fuckboy, it's because we didn't take that advice. We got to see what he does. And a man interested in you, he wants to take you places that you like. He wants you to meet his friends. He wants to show you off. He wants you to meet his friends. He wants to meet your friends. He's interested in your children. Now, that's how you eliminate a fuckboy, okay? You see what he does. And there's a tendency sometimes to feel sorry for the guy and make it easy for him to notice these mindsets that get you trapped into the fuckboy. Thinking that he's a prize, because you don't know him, okay? Because you're abandoning yourself and thinking he's the prize. So this is a red flag for yourself to watch. Starting to think that he's the prize, a prize, because you don't know him yet, right? So that's a red flag for you to watch out for. Feeling sorry for him, like, oh, he's just gone through a divorce. His life is so hard. I should make it easy for him. I shouldn't require too much of him. That's your own red flag, because you got to vet these guys. You got to look for a guy that's got the energy and the ability to pursue you, not just some guy who's just sitting back wanting his dick service. You watch yourself thinking, I don't want to require anything of him. He's had it so hard. I shouldn't ask too much. Those are your red flags that get you fucking a fuckboy. Now, when it comes to dating, I think that we have to look at men in terms of their ability, okay? So I meet a lot of men, and some of them have holes in their boat. You want to look at, imagine a slice of cheese, like a complete man is like a block of cheese, like a solid block of cheese, like cheddar. It has no holes in it. But now one by one, I'm going to poke holes in it, and he's going to be a big pile of Swiss cheese until eventually there's nothing. A man who doesn't have a job or who has financial problems could be a red flag. If he's unemployed, is he between jobs? Is he a student? Is he an entrepreneur? Like, how is he making his money, and how is he spending his money? What's his living situation? Is it stable? Is his home clean? Like, is this guy's life in order? You want to see if his life is in order. Does he exercise? Does he take care of his health? You know, does he pay his bills? Does he take care of his car? Does he have a good relationship with his children? If he's over 40 and has no children, a bunch of red flags should go off. Why doesn't he have children? Did they try to get pregnant and they couldn't? Okay, that's okay. But if he never wanted children, I'm going to give you a big red flag right here. Because if you've never, and if you haven't had children, what have you done to be of service and to be giving? Because people that never have children often can be very selfish and self-absorbed. They've never had to learn to think of other people, develop empathy, learn to compromise, to put their own needs aside in the service of something bigger than themselves. If they haven't had children, have they volunteered for something? Like, if he hasn't had children, is he a mentor? Is he a big brother somewhere? Does he mentor other men? Like, has he done something to help children if he doesn't have his own? Is he like a good uncle? You know, maybe he never could have kids, but he's an uncle. If a man has never had children, big red flag. Same with the woman. I think these are red flags if they never wanted them. If they couldn't have them, I'm going to not judge them for that. What's his relationship like with his ex-wife? Because she's going to bring drama in. Like, is this guy's life in order? That's the first thing I want to know. You know, his bills are paid, he has friends, he has a job, you know, he gets along with his neighbors, his bills are paid, like if his life is in order. And I get that things come up in people's lives, but the things that are coming up in his life, are they things that just happen, like he had an accident or he had a medical situation? Or the things that he caused? Because some people are causing all their own shit, their own drama. And now, assume his life is in order. What is he looking for in a relationship? And what is his relationship history? If the guy is 50 and his longest relationship is 2 years, red flags. You don't need a work in progress, ladies. You want someone whole who's proven that he can have a long-term relationship. Has he just been like a serial dater? There are a bunch of guys out there that are just serial daters. Now remember, I'm making this video for people over the age of 30. Most people over the age of 30 that are good relationship prospects have been in relationships. They've learned things through their relationship. They like relationships, and they have the skill set to be in one. Avoidant people, anxiously attached people, and people with no relationship skills are not going to have a relationship history. They're going to be serial daters. They're not going to have kids. They're not going to have good relationships with their kids. Like, I look at my ex-husband, and I know I've made a lot of videos about him, but to this day, I've never met a man of his caliber. To this day. He was walled off, which is why I left him, but you could count on him. He kept his word. His life was in order. He regularly exercised. He went running. He played soccer. He was a good dad. He was a good provider. He washed his car. Like, he did things. He had good energy. He was pretty happy with his life, although he had some insecurities about his job. Like, he wasn't perfect, but he would help with the kids. He would help with the house. He was always nice to me. And what happened when I divorced him? He's like, I like the companionship. I want to get married again. And he set about to find a new wife, and off the market he was a year later. So any man who's single for a long time is a red flag. Like, why are you single? Because a high caliber man who likes relationships, he's going to be in one. And if his relationship ends because his wife died or some kind of divorce happened, he will very quickly end up in another one. So these guys that are 50, that are single forever, they're just red flags. I wouldn't even bother with them. I'm just saying that. And then also, it's really good to find a man who's involved in some kind of community work, like he's got male friends. A solid man has good male friends. You've got to meet his friends. What are they like? And he is interested in social causes or some kind of activism, like his heart is invested in something bigger. Like, I would only date a man who is doing some kind of social causes work or is interested in it or cares about something. Like the way I do my coaching and help men. Like, I don't do a lot of it, but I have a passion for helping people. I care about people. And then you want to look for someone who has good boundaries. There are a lot of things in our society now that are stacked against making life easy for men. So I wouldn't cast a man aside for his height or his income, because if you're going to get that picky, you'll never find a guy. It's not that easy anymore for men to make money. They don't make money like they used to. And I'm going to attach this little calculator thing in the description of this video that you can enter in, like, the income you want, the height you want of a man, and all this. And just if you look over 6 feet, a man over 6 feet and making over $100,000 a year, it's like 4% of all the men. And if you exclude the married men, it's like 1% or something. So a lot of you are looking at the wrong things that don't really matter that much, like the height and the income. What really matters a lot is the person's energy, where they're going with their life, what their life is about, how they're showing up, their values, and their relational ability, their capacity. And unfortunately, a lot of guys fall short. Like, I told this guy that he was a piece of shit. The guy that's like, oh, I want to date you. We would make such a hot couple. I kind of let it go for a few days, but today I texted him, like, you're just a piece of shit. Don't ever contact me again, and I blocked him. Same with my neighbor. My neighbor started coming over here, this married guy, and he brought me a bag of lemons, and then he brought me a bunch of chocolates. The other day I had a girlfriend over, and he stopped by, and he knocked on my door. I'm telling my friend, I don't know who that is. And it was my neighbor, and he's like, I just wanted to say hi. And I said, don't come over here again without your wife. And I told my friend he's just lonely, and she's like, I don't think so. I think he's kind of creepy. So today I went over there and I knocked on his door, and I let him have it. I said, I don't want you coming over here to my apartment again. I don't know how they do things in your country, but it's not appropriate in this country. I'm a single woman. You're a married man. Don't come over here. You leave me alone. So, guys think I'm super sweet because I am super sweet. Like with my clients, they just think I'm so sweet. But I have really good fucking boundaries. And if somebody pulls a bunch of shit, I'm going to tell him he's full of shit. And a lot of these guys, they're just trying to slide in, that have nothing to offer, full of shit. Now, the guys watching my video are not these guys. The guys that pull these fucking loser ass moves are not the ones watching my videos. The guys watching my videos tend to be more of the kind that's like people pleasing. They don't know how to get a woman. And I made a lot of videos on that. But this video is for, I watched my friend Tranquility's video yesterday about this guy she met. And he was really nice. He was introduced by a mutual friend. They had a nice conversation. The next time they're talking on the phone, and she asked him what he's doing, he's like, I'm watching Pornhub. That's what you say to a woman that you just met, that you're watching Pornhub? Like, what kind of fucking loser move is that? And that's what a lot of men do. They have no social skills. They have nothing to offer except they think, I don't know, they have nothing to offer. If your dick is all you have to offer, I don't need you, because there are 1,000 dildos for sale on Amazon. And they'll do it, they'll be just the right size, and they'll last just as long as I want. And I don't have to deal with your lazy ass, you know, bringing me down, demanding that I suck on it. Because my dildo, I don't have to suck it. I can just fuck it the way I want. Your dick is going to need a lot of work. And some of it is not so pleasant. And you want dinner, and you want this, and you want me to listen to you and all this. So you better be worth it. And the fact that women make our own money now, we don't have to put up with bullshit moves. Anyway, that is my video for today. It's kind of a, ladies, we have to strike this very fine balance between being feminine and sweet, and when guys pull bullshit moves, to let them have it and then go back to being sweet. And that's the balance, that's the yo-yoing. So I go through my life being nice and sweet, and then when I get some bullshit, I'm like, fuck you, loser, don't pull that shit. And then I go right back to being sweet. And that's how I've decided to just manage the whole thing. You know, to just stay in that sweet spot and just tell them that's shit. That's shit, bro. I'm not going to put up with that. Okay, so that's it. I have to go. I'm meeting up with some friends tonight, so I have to go. And thank you so much for watching my video.